Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, we are going to focus on teaching methodologies. It is part 2, and we will focus on the student-centered approach. As the name itself suggests that we will be focusing mostly on students, their engagement, their learning, and their interest. It is not only about teaching the topic, it is engaging your students well while explaining the topic. So, while teachers are still an authority figure in a student centered teaching model, teachers and students play an equally active role in the learning process. It can be understood in this way that if the teacher is active and the students are not, so what is the purpose of teaching in that classroom? The student should be active and the teacher should be active at the same time so that you can have amazing results at the end and the outcome would be great, superb. The teacher's primary role is to coach and facilitate student learning and overall comprehension of material and to measure student learning through both formal and informal forms of assessment like group projects, student portfolios, and class participation. In the student centered classroom, teaching and assessment are connected because student learning is continuously measured during teacher instructions. Basically, AFL we are using, that is assessment for learning. AAL we are using, that is assessment as learning. So it is not the agenda when the teacher is teaching that only to teach, only to deliver or explain the topic. It is the job of the teacher to assess whether my students are understanding what I am teaching and explaining to them or not. So that is why it is like the learning is being done. With learning, assessment is also being done. So this is how it is. Um, a student centered learning environment might look like one in which the focus is shared by both the students and their teacher. Students may have some choice in the topics they cover, like they can share their opinion, they can share their concerns, they can ask questions. It is not like traditional classrooms where the students are sitting quietly and they have no say. So the teacher models a concept or challenge, then invites the students to explain or demonstrate it back to the class. The students interact with their teacher and one another during the lesson. It boosts their confidence. It improves their communication skills. It improves their collaboration skills. Students work in pairs, in groups, or alone depending on the activity. The teacher provides constant feedback to the students. Students attempt to answer each other's questions using their teacher as the source of information or facilitator. Students evaluate their own learning alongside the teacher, and the classroom is busy and filled with energy. It is not like boring classroom where everybody is sitting quietly. It is like cheered up. It is all active and energetic, where students are happy learners. They are learning. They are engaged. So here we have some of the methods that we can use in our teaching and learning to make our classrooms vibrant, filled with energy. The first one is communicative approach. As the name itself suggests that it focus on the communication of the students, how we can improvise the communication skills of our students, especially in English classes. It focuses on developing communicative competence by teaching language through real world communication and interaction. So it basically discourages rote learning, rote memorization, and it focuses on role plays where students are given different scenarios and situations that can help them improve their fluency, their communication, their language proficiency. And they become capable of solving problems, helping each other, achieving their targeted language in different situations and scenarios. And definitely, the teacher here works as a facilitator. So I would really recommend you, encourage you to use this communicative approach, and especially English language classes. The second one we have here is problem solving method. And it is one of the 21st century skills also, and we should focus on it mainly. Our students should be capable of solving the problems that they come across with in their real life. They should not be dumb. They should not be confused. They should be like bold enough to come up with solutions, courageous enough to come up with solutions. So we should use this methodology, particularly in our classes, to make our lessons more engaging, to make our lessons more interesting, and definitely to work on the overall development of our students. So it is a student-centered approach where learners actively engage in finding solutions to real-world problems. It encourages critical thinking, creativity, collaboration as students work through the steps of identifying a problem, analyzing it, developing potential solutions, evaluating those solutions, and implementing the best ones. So I really recommend this method also to be utilized, to be used in teaching and learning. The third one we have here is flipped learning. So what used to happen in traditional styles of teaching, that we were given homeworks and everything was used to be explained in the classes. So it's traditional style of teaching. So in flipped learning, what happens that different videos, different write-ups, different things are given to the students to go through with at home. And when they come back to school, they should come up fully prepared so that the further work related to it should be done in the class. Like, for example, I can give you the example of any chemistry science class where the teacher has asked the students to watch certain videos or go through with certain content, and when they come back to the school, they can continue with its experimentation. Like everything is ready, everything is clear in students' head, and now they are in the class and in the maybe in the lab, and they can further practice it by doing it. So this is flipped learning, where most of the things are done by the students. Here, it helps them become independent learners as well. They become curious as well, and they learn better. So I really recommend this method also to be utilized in your teaching and learning. Then we have nano learning. As the name itself suggests, nano. Nano means tiny, in tiny bits and pieces. For example, if the teacher is going to explain a very complex or difficult topic, so instead of explaining that entire difficult topic together in the class, that topic should be broken down into tiny pieces, into tiny chunks, and then slowly and gradually introduce the entire topic. So it definitely helps students in learning the topic better. So, nano learning is a teaching method where you make bite sized lessons that are delivered to students across shorter time frames. Nano learning is also known as micro learning. Each lesson will focus on single topic and is personalized to suit the student's requirement. Information skills are broken down into learning capsules. So, moving forward, I'll be sharing some more student centered methods with you that you can use in your teaching and learning. So, we have project based learning. In modern style of teaching, where we are focusing on students, their learning, their improvisation. So we should encourage our students to work on projects. Either it is English, either it is science, it is maths, it is any subject. So we should divide our students into groups and assign them different projects where they will be given a chance to sit together, to work together, to play different roles, and definitely come up with an outcome. It also helps them improving their creativity, their critical thinking, their collaboration, communication, all of these skills. So it is again an active student-centered teaching method where students learn by working on complex real-world projects over an extended period to answer challenging questions or solve authentic problems. This approach moves beyond memorization, fostering deep understanding, critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration as students take ownership of their learning and create public products or presentations to demonstrate their acquired knowledge and skills. It is the best. I think we should assign our students projects to work upon and come up with their presentations and ideas. Then we have blended learning. As the name itself suggests, blended. It is a mix of face to face traditional style of teaching and then e learning. Like it is a blend of that. It is hybrid model of teaching where we are sometimes maybe using lecture method in the class, and along with that we are showing videos to our students. Along with that we are promoting certain online sessions, certain workshops, and certain things like that. So it is a teaching, or you can say training approach that combines traditional in-person instruction and face-to-face learning with digital online learning mediums. It integrates face-to-face interactions such as workshops or classroom sessions with self-paced e-learning modules, virtual training, or digital resources, offering a flexible and comprehensive learning experience. This hybrid approach allows learners to engage with material collaboratively and independently, making it highly effective for adapting to different learning preferences and enhancing knowledge retention. So it is absolutely doable. We can ask our students, like the flip model, to watch certain videos, to go through with certain contents. We can even show them in the classroom, and definitely it helps in their learning. A walk model. So this V stands for visual, A stands for auditory, and K stands for kinesthetic model. So not every child is equal. Not every child learns in a same manner. We have different mixed ability students in our classes. Some learn by seeing something, some learn by listening to something, and even some of the students learn by doing something. So this walk model is all about that. It is an educational theory that categorizes learners into three primary learning styles: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Visual learners prefer images, diagrams, charts. Auditory learners best absorb information through listening, speaking, and sound. And kinesthetic learners, they learn best through hands-on activities, movement, and physical experiences. So this we should, being a teacher, we should know about it, that what sort of students I have in my class, and definitely I should include certain activities in my teaching, in my lesson plan, that every type of the student is involved in it. So while often a combination of styles, understanding these preferences can help tailor teaching methods and improve learning effectiveness. So if you are teaching a topic, you should add something that has visual representation. You can show them a video, you can make them work on chart, you can make them work on some diagrams, images. You can make them listen something, you can give them a chance to speak on something, and even like role play activity, it will also help the students to play a certain part and get physically involved in something and learn better. Let me show you further some other student-centered methods that we have. This is collaborative learning. Collaborative means to engage students in small groups and make them work together, collaborate with each other. So it is an umbrella term for a variety of educational approaches involving joint intellectual effort by students or students and teachers together. Usually, students are working in groups of two or more, mutually searching for understanding, solutions, or meanings, or creating a product. Collaborative learning activities vary widely, but most center on students' exploration or application of the course material, not simply the teacher's presentation or explication of it. So, collaboration is all about group work, peer work, research work, project based work, where students work as a team on something and they come up with brilliant performances, brilliant presentations. I have seen students, they really enjoy doing it. They really participate in it enthusiastically. And I have seen their personalities changing a lot in a very good manner. So, next we have is peer teaching. Even I have done one of my research projects on peer teaching and I got amazing results. Students learn from each other. It could be peer learning, it could be peer teaching, where one partner teaches the other partner. One student gets benefited from the other student. So we have mixed ability students in our class. So what we can do, we can make one student who is average, or maybe one student who is lacking in certain concepts, sit with a brilliant student. So in this way, they are friends, they are their classmates, they sit together, they spend time together, so they learn from each other even better. And sometimes also it is seen that they are more comfortable asking things from each other rather than going to somebody else. So peer learning is an educational approach where individuals, usually in the same professional or academic group, collaborate to share knowledge, skills, and experiences. It involves active participation, mutual support, and the reciprocal teaching and learning roles between participants, fostering self directed learning and a more engaged educational environment. Peer learning can be formal, such as structured projects, or informal through discussions and interactions. So, I also recommend this. It should be definitely incorporated, like peer checking can be done, peer learning can be done. In this way, they learn from each other better. Moving forward, we have differentiated instructions. As I already said to you, that we have mixed ability students in our classes, where one is visual learner, one is kinesthetic learner, one is auditory learner. Some students are the best. They have best caliber. They pick up things quickly, and some are a bit slow, maybe, in picking up things. They do not catch up to things that easily. So, for every level of the student, we should have clear instructions, differentiated instructions for every level, so that we can cater all of them at the same time. It should not be the case that the teacher is only focusing on certain targeted students and not paying any attention on the leftover ones, on the other ones. So every child should be focused, and the teacher should know about this term, that is differentiated instructions. It is a teaching approach that tailors lessons to meet the diverse needs, strengths, and interests of all students in a classroom, ensuring everyone has the opportunity to learn and achieve the same high level learning goals. So, your instructions should be clear. How you will engage everybody in the classroom, that's the task. For this, either you have to go and select or search for different videos, different worksheets, different class activities. This has to be planned very minutely, I would say, with a lot of focus and interest, that every student should be given in the class equal importance and they all can learn together. So these are some of the student-centered methods. Let's focus on the advantages of student-centered learning. So the first advantage is it enhanced critical thinking. Definitely, it gives a chance to students to think, not only think, but critically think. They start asking questions. They are engaged in problem solving, right? They come up with solutions. They evaluate those solutions, then they pick the best ones from them. So, this is how it enhanced critical thinking, then improved student engagement. Definitely, they are engaged. They collaborate with each other. They take ownership of their learning. They become eager learners, active participants in the learning process. Greater knowledge retention. They learn better. because they are involved, they're actively participating. So whatsoever they learn together, it remains in their brains for a longer period of time. When students connect learning to their own experiences and interests, they are more likely to remember and apply the information over the long term. Moving forward, what else do we have? Increased motivation and autonomy, giving students choices in what, how, and at what place they learn empowers them, fostering a sense of ownership and increasing intrinsic motivation for learning, better collaboration skills. The interactive nature of student-centered approaches promote teamwork and peer-to-peer learning, improving students' ability to work effectively with others, then stronger teacher-student relationship bonding that they share with each other. It gets stronger, better. Uh, the bonding is strong among them. Then fosters lifelong learning. This methodology cultivates independence and a genuine love for learning, preparing students to become self directed learners throughout their lives. So, I have shared these effective teaching methodologies with you. I hope you understood something out of it, you got something out of it. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, everybody.